Okay, so for our project, we created DogSmart, which is the system. And first, I can show you the Android application component of it. So we can click on it here, and we open the device. As you can see on the top, it's connecting to some stuff, and that'll be explained later. But primarily, for home screen, you can see the picture of a dog. You see a health score. You see an activity and food icons that show that your dog is active and that your dog is fed. And then these icons can change over time depending on whether or not your dog has been active. For example, let's say you haven't been walking your dog that much. You might say that you may want to walk your dog, and then it'll change this color. Or if you haven't walked your dog at all, it'll say that your dog needs walking and show this bright orange alert for the user. So first, I can show that you can swipe to the right side to see the diet section. So this shows information about the dog's food. So it shows that your dog is fed, when the last feeding time was, when the next feeding time should be, and the time last fed. So if we go over to the actual bowl over here, we can see that if you were to pour in food, so let's say we're feeding our dog now. Okay. And as you can see, without touching it, the device has updated to the new time, which is 22:34 p.m. Okay. And this can repeatedly update however much we want. And if we want more detailed information, we can click the diet report button, and then we can get live data. So again, I'll just press it for the effect. We can get data regarding when the last time was fed specifically and how many grams it was fed. So we can go back, and now we'll go to the other side, the activity side. Okay, so now I'll show you the activity side. So if we scroll to the left, you can see the activities. So it shows how many steps it's taken today and how active your dog is. And it can this bar graph will change depending on how above or below your dog is on the natural average. And you can see that the steps are changing because over here we have our dog. So based on, it might shake a little more, but yeah, based on how it shakes, it'll affect the steps. So right now our dog is shaking and it's changing the steps live. You can probably hear it in the background. He's shaking. Okay, so that's done. And then some more information about the activity can be found in the actual fitness report, so we can get live data again. So this number is like a difference of how, is like an indication of how much your dog is getting activity. So if it's shaken more, it'll be higher. And then if it's shaken less, it'll just stay at that low rate. And so you can get a nice graph of this, and this data will be stored potentially in our program. And of course the steps update also. So we can also, okay, so now we can also change, we can also view the activity data. So we can go here, and you can see an overall graph of the dog's activity for a period such as a day or a month, for example. And it shows a line that's recommended. The blue line is the recommended line. So that information can be provided. And we can go back. And then, so the last feature, the last task that we can incorporate is generating a report and sending it to the individuals responsible for the caretaking of the dog. So right here we have a generate report button that comes up with a little send icon. We can click this, and this menu option comes up. So let's say we want to send both food and activity data, and we want to send it to me@gmail.com. So we can type that in. I'm just using a fake email address, obviously. Okay, and then we can click the send button, and then the data was sent, and it says that in a nice little notification.